In this video, we will be going over the rough plumbing, and that will be the waste only for our two-story home addition. And if I get more than 20 comments in the comment area for viewers who want to see the water supply system, then I will make another video for that. And with that said, let's go ahead and get started by checking out the vents that are going to be coming through the attic and then through the roof for our master bedroom here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the other bathroom on the other side, where we will have a sink, toilet, and a bathtub drain. And even though I won't be showing you in this video, this vent here could always 90 and then tie into this vent here to eliminate another point penetrating through the roof. So let's go ahead and take a look at the plumbing above the floor sheathing here, where we will be using a wet vent on this side to pick up our sink drain. And of course, we will need to install some clean outs. And I wanted to provide you with two different examples here of a clean out, where this one here has this type of a design that will also protrude out of the wall, where the other design with the slot in it won't, providing you with another option for which clean outs you might want to install in your house. And of course, I like to have my clean outs a little higher than the drain water that could be trapped in the plumbing pipes above it or in the toilet, sink, or bathtub from coming out of the clean out when it's opened. Meaning that if I put this lower and I opened it up from the other room, I could end up with some water spilling onto the flooring in that room. And if I turned this one around, it would be behind the toilet. However, I could always lower it to where it would still be behind the toilet but accessible from the bathroom. So another thing to think about when you're doing your plumbing. And then our toilet and our bathtub drain with the vent for the bathtub and the vent here for the toilet and the sink. Next up, let's go ahead and take a look at the master bathroom, where we have a toilet, shower, and a sink. And for those of you wondering why we're not centering this in this area, that's because the cabinet here is going to have a sink over here, and then there will be a separate area here for a makeup table. And if you look at the plumbing, you wouldn't have a difficult time putting two sinks on that drain line. And of course, our shower and the vent here for the shower, and that vent will also be used for the toilet, along with the clean out that will be used for the end of the drain line here. Next up, let's go ahead and take a look at the sink. And for those of you wondering just what in the heck's going on here, well, I had to have the drain come out this way because there's a structural load-bearing beam underneath this wall, and the cabinet will cover all of this up. And that's one of the reasons why I'm using this type of a clean out also, because it is going to be located inside the cabinet. And I just wanted to provide you with another view of the fact that we need to keep our plumbing pipes inside of the wall framing. And if you have larger pipes that are not going to fit in the wall framing, then you might want to use wider walls or plan on furring them out with furring strips. Now here's something else that I did on this project. I went ahead and I dropped the plumbing into the closet here to eliminate some of the framing problems I might have had otherwise. And I believe I had to drop the ceiling about 12 inches to make all of this work. So if you don't want to do that, then plan on cutting up all of the framing plates and drilling a lot of holes through your joist, or redesigning the plumbing system. So here's another view of it from the bottom side, where we have the sink draining into this line here, shower draining into this line, and then the toilet draining in and down through this line. And feel free to chime in if you're a plumber or somebody who might have a better idea on how this design might be more effective, both for the framing and the plumbing. Feel free to leave those comments in the comment area, or if you have any pictures or designs, then you can email those to me also. Next up, let's go ahead and take a look at something I had to do here because I didn't locate this pipe in the right spot. Now, if I would have taken a little more time when I was doing my design work for the building foundation plumbing, I could have moved this pipe over a little bit and then got rid of this fitting and this fitting. However, at the same time, this also provides you with another way to solve a problem if you didn't do that correctly. And of course, another view from below of how the toilet and the shower drain is connecting. And this is all 3-inch pipe here, and this is 2-inch. And the sink line is even 2-inch. I like to run 2-inch drains for my sinks because it's usually not going to cost that much more money. Next up, let's go ahead and remove the floor joist so we can get a better look at this. And kind of just go around here. And these are 45-degree fittings here, along with what I refer to as a Santee clean out. And here you can see where we have plenty of drop for the toilet, where we're not going to have that in the other bathroom. And since this is at a 45-degree angle, all I needed to do was rotate this combo fitting 45 degrees to make all of this work. And of course I did the same thing over here. Another view of the trap there. Just kind of providing you with some different views here in case I forget something. So again, coming out here, coming up 45 and then a 90 here. That will be rotated to a 45-degree angle. And this is all 2-inch from here down, 1.5 out, 1.5 up through the vent. And another view of it here. And get a view from the top. And now let's go ahead and head over to the other bathroom to where we can take a look at our vents coming down for the bathtub and the vent coming down for the toilet, and of course the wet vent section here for the sink, and then how it all ties in there, and then how it all ties into here. Another view. Now, I wanted to provide you with a view of what it might take to make all of this work and fit into a small framing bay. Remember, these are 12-inch on-center joist, providing us with a 10.5-inch wide bay. Yet, if designed correctly, will provide us with enough room to make all of this work. And hopefully by now you're getting a pretty good idea how to assemble the plumbing for a project like this. And let's keep in mind that the vents cannot be horizontal. They need to be angled. And since I couldn't find any building code reference numbers on that subject, I would suggest sloping it at a minimum of the 1/4 of an inch per foot slope that you use for the drainage pipes. However, you might want to check with your local building department or a plumbing contractor in your area for more information. And again, planning is the key to making all of this stuff work. And for those of you who haven't watched the floor framing video, I believe that's where I had to move the joist over a little bit to make everything work for the plumbing drain pipes. And you can see how all of that is coming together and make a little more sense out of the reason why I did what I did when laying out the floor joist and even positioning the plumbing pipes in the building foundation. And again, if I would have moved this one over a little bit, I wouldn't have needed to use these couplings. And I think you can see that from here because I have a nice straight line here going all the way to the toilet. So if I would have just taken the center line of the toilet and created the same dimension off of the front of the building here, then I wouldn't have needed to use this coupling. And who knows, by the time you're watching this video 5 or 6 years from now, these couplings could be $250,000 with the price of building materials going through the roof like they are today. So with that last complaint about prices, I will go ahead and end the video here. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, feel free to leave any questions you have in the comment area, and I will try to answer them as soon as possible.